Hey, yo, what up, Bodega Podcast? You already know who it is. It's one half of the sexiest Puerto Rican studs on this planet, Ortiz, baby. And shout out to all the Bodega Podcast listeners. Ow.
Yo, this is the Lucha Thug, the one-man Lucha gang, El Rey Gordo himself, the King Fat Boy Papo Esco, and y'all rocking with the Urban Wrestling Network.
It's your boy, the young GOAT, one half of Injustice, Hot Fire Myron, and you're listening to Urban Wrestling Network. Thank you.
This is Josef Samael from Contra Unit, and you're watching the Urban Wrestling Network.
What's good? It's Tristan Ty, a.k.a. Ikuro Kwon. You're watching Urban Wrestling Network. Hail Contra!
Christi Jaynes, and you're listening to the Urban Wrestling Network.
For the best bling, for the best prices, it's only one spot to go to. That's hiphopblink.com. And ladies, we tired of the ties and socks. We want rings with rocks, you dig? And when you there, make sure you put that promo code UWN. Y'all already know what it is, man. For the entire team, we out of here. Deuces.
There we go. What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Don Dada, a.k.a. Chef. I'm here with none other than my brother, Evil Once, rocking the Alexander Hammerstone shirt. I should have a Christi Jaynes shirt by now. I do not. It will be coming. But my brother, how are you on this? First off, yo, happy Labor Day, my brother.
Yes, sir, man. Happy Labor Day. It is I, your quintessential Puerto Rican muffin, Jorge, and we're here, man, and we're talking about the big main event for October 2nd, Fightland, between the MLW champion, Fatu, the open weight champion, Alex Hammerstone, and they're finally going to collide at first, like two bulls for the MLW title. And of course, at the end of the night, the winner is going to be the future MLW heavyweight champion, your homeboy, my homeboy, Hammerstone. So, I mean, if I'm going to have a sign that says, if Hammerstone don't win, I riot. I want to have a sign up in the air.
Listen, it's so crazy because when we started these, we have both of us have said that we're Hammerstone fans and Jacob Fatu fans. This is not a secret. You know what I mean? Like this, it's what it is.
We're biased. We're biased here. We are biased.
Oh yeah. Now the crazy part is, before I came on here, I was like, yo, you know what this reminds me of? Remember when Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior fought belt for belt, and both of them were at the top of their game?
Yeah.
I was like, oh snap! This kind of reminds me of that. And I know a lot of the younger generation people might not know, or it doesn't do the same effect when you watch it on YouTube or something like that. Like the booking that Hogan and Ultimate Warrior went through, and for belt to belt, the war that those guys went through was the storytelling was amazing. And I think that this generation has that option now with Jacob Fatu and Hammerstone, because this was written so perfect. Hammerstone's one of the hottest people in wrestling. You know what I mean? His name is buzzing. It's crazy. Jacob Fatu is a beast. At the end of the day, as fans, we all win. You know what I mean? Like, if Fatu wins, you're like, you know, Fatu's a beast. Cool. If Hammerstone wins, you're like, oh, man, this is fire. Cool.
You know, the whole thing about Hammerstone, man, you know, he's still out there wrestling in different companies. You know, he's still the championship from wrestling from Arizona champion. He's the FSW in Vegas champion. So this dude is still out there collecting belts here and there. And, you know, if you don't follow him outside of MLW, you don't see that he's still out there. If you don't follow Jacob Fatu outside of MLW, you don't see that he joined one of the crews down in Texas there, SWE Fury, down there with the Lacey Von Aries company now, and he joined the group Privileged. So he's down there now doing his thing also on the side. So, all these guys, if you don't follow them outside of the main roster company you watch, you're missing out on all the matches that they're having with guys outside of different companies that are not in MLW. And they're having, 4-star matches, 5-star matches, but you never hear about it because, since the politics, they're on the contract with this company or they over here, you don't see it, and you like, whoa, like how the hell this happened? I didn't know about this. But this guy's collecting belts, collecting money, wrestling every other where, and fans are just missing out if you live inside the bubble.
It's true.
If you live in the WWE universe, you're missing out on the real world. Because if you are outside of the WWE universe, you missed the best pay-per-view of 2021 last night in AEW All Out. I mean,
and talking about
except for one match, like QT Marshall, Big Show, whatever, that should never been there. But other than that,
all these guys wrestling all over the place. Josef Samael's company, PCW Ultra, has Fatu and Hammerstone there. If you really we're fans of people, and if I'm a fan of someone, and I mean it takes a lot for me to be a fan of someone, but I follow them. I'll try to watch their stuff outside. Like me, I'm a big Ikuro Kwon person. I think Ikuro Kwon is one of the most talented people that people don't know his name. I will follow and I will see his matches. As soon as he posts something, I'll look for it so I can find it. Hammerstone and Fatu are killing it on the indies. I mean, straight up killing it. And it's like you said, if you're living in a bubble and you're only watching an MLW or an AEW, you're not really seeing the best of. You're seeing a small sample of what one company thinks of that one person. Instead of where they're on the independents, you're seeing what that person is telling bookers. Hey, hold on. I'm such and such. And you know what I mean? Because they'll have more creative freedom because their name is buzzing. So, Hammerstone is obviously, like I said, one of the hottest guys in the industry. I don't care what you say. He's just on another level. And the MLW crowd seems to be Team Hammerstone.
Yes.
They're really behind, especially when you were in Philly. The Philly crowd was really behind Alexander Hammerstone.
And the whole thing is you need to be in the perfect venue to have this type of shows. Unfortunately with COVID destroying, Florida, Texas, places like that still now, MLW had to cancel their show this month coming up next week down in Dallas. But which is lucky for me because they're coming back upstate where things are a little more, locked down when it comes to COVID and more rules with the mask and stuff like that, that I'll get to see this match happen now in front of my face. And that crowd, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 1,000 people there, depending on what the rules are by October. If they're going to have, 6 feet apart stuff thing, adherence to COVID. If not, you wear your mask and you have a full crowd. You have close to 1,000 people in there, and they're going to be screaming their asses off coming October and coming back in November, because then they come back in November 6th, back to Philly again. So I hope if they do have a show in December, they'll keep it upstate. Instead of go to Philly again, go to Boston or go to New York. Somewhere like that. And they keep it upstate and keep it away from the South for now because of the COVID. And then you already know how the crowd is going to be. At ECW Arena, the crowd is going to pop.
Oh man, from all the videos that you had sent me before I even seen this, some videos I haven't even posted that we have because we're not trying to do spoilers. So it's everybody who comes out is getting some kind of buzz, some kind of respect, anybody. I mean, I don't want to say.
And just for Battle Royale 3, when they had that one, full match for an hour on YouTube from there, the crowd was popping the whole time. And that was after 10:30 at nighttime. We've been there for when we were there already for 3 hours watching wrestling, and the crowd was still energetic for that. So
listen, they're hungry, man. Wrestling fans are hungry for wrestling. You know what I mean? It's been so long since we had it. It's such a good feeling to see us. My only knock with MLW right now is it's taking way too long to put something on TV. You know what I mean? Like everybody else is having something, and you're like, kind of, come on, man. You know, we want our MLW shit, but I'm excited for this for multiple reasons because I don't know what the uppercut bracket's going to look like. You'll see.
I know they're supposed to say sometime this week. I know Tom Lawler wants to be already in the first round, want to be an entrant. So I guess Cesar Duran had mentioned that he's going to be dropping something this week about for the first and second rounds, or for the first round matches coming up this week. So we'll hopefully get something ahead of time before we get down there. So
the hard part about this is, and I'll take the hit for this. We're filming all this on Monday. We'll probably put it out Wednesday or Thursday. So if something pops Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, hey, listen, we did this when we can. You know what I'm saying? Like it's how we're doing things. But I mean, all these guys that are coming in, Arez, what's his name? Arez Strange or just Arez?
Aries.
And what's the other guy who they went nuts in the Battle Riot for a minute?
I always get the guy's name too, man.
Oh man, but those two guys are murdering it. You know what I mean? Like
match of
they
the
had
night.
a crazy.
Match of the night easily.
Judge looked phenomenal. Calvin Tankman looked strong. Alex Kane, who we interviewed, looked crazy. Now the part that I know you're gonna like, because when we were talking about this, I started going back and looking through some of our MLW stuff, and I'm listening to things, right? And I'm like, all right. I said, oh shit. When we interviewed Josef Samael, he said Alexander Hammerstone will never get a shot at the heavyweight title.
Yes.
And I was like, wait a minute. So Eve Alonce is probably really excited that opportunity is now sitting here, and it looks like Contra Unit might be dethroned out of that championship spot. And at the moment, if they do, they have no gold whatsoever.
They'll be completely naked. Nothing. They will have nothing unless they win some gold that night for the future. But yeah, once Fatu loses this match and loses the belt, they're back to square one. They'll be Contra Unit will be powerless. So the black head of Contra is going to turn white, because it's going to be a nice sparkly white glove, and then it's going to be nice and golden tan, because Hammerstone is going to be the glove of Hammerstone. Nice golden glove.
And I'm hyped on this. There's so many things we don't know about Fightland. You know what I mean? Like, we know we're getting the main event that we've wanted for, I don't even know. I just remember us always saying, damn, we want Fatu versus Hammerstone. We're finally getting it, and this is the main events of main events.
Yeah, and today is already September 6th. We're really under a month for that show to happen.
Yes.
And MLW has to drop that series now. That they have to
MLW Fusion Alpha.
Yes, they have to drop that now just to get the taste back in our mouth and get the fans watching something to count down to this. So
it's got to be.
And then they have to drop that July shows already now.
You have to do something, because we're fans of MLW, and the buzz we were getting June and July, we were like, oh, you did have a break, but you had that open the open draft or whatever it was called. So you had that. You get hyped with Davey Richards. You're like, oh snap, Davey Richards is back. Good play. We see names like Alex Kane. You're like, all right, I don't know much about this guy, but he's a beast.
The new guys come, the free agents with new people coming in, new blood, and then people already been in there. So they can break it down, giving us a new person, adding a fresh face, and the mainstayers, which was a nice blend of how to mix it in.
So we had that, which kept it going. You had all the Azteca hype, but then we had this gap of pretty much nothing. And I get it, it was a smart play to tease the Tajiri thing. I like it. Like, we've talked about this on the last podcast, so there's not a lot we have to talk about that. But we're going to need more because it's only September 6th.
Yes.
We have all the way to, it's October 2nd, is it?
October 2nd. Right.
So we have all the way to October 1st. You know what I mean? That's almost a whole month. I mean, you're just under a month, but there's a lot of time in between that gap.
Well, and I think once again, what killed it was COVID, and then how Texas is ruining COVID, or not handling COVID the way that they should. Texas wants to be its own country. They want to do their own stuff away from everybody. So, and that right there put a big dent on Corbauer's plans. I'm pretty sure he had a list how he wanted things to go, and then this happened and just put a break on everything, man. And that's what kind of killed the momentum. Last night, wrestling was put in the forefront. Last night, everybody who's outside of AEW were put on notice. And I even have to say this, because we're doing an MLW podcast. This is the first time in 2 years, or the first time in over 20 years, that I will say Uncle Vince needs to do something now. Because last night, one company went above and just moved away from everybody else. The WWE Universe just took a shot, and they became Pluto last night. Like, right now it's like, dude, like AEW just took that next step, and it wasn't just the matches; it was the excitement, it was the faces that were coming back, the surprises. You didn't get one, you didn't get two, you got 4 surprises last night, 2 in one that blew my mind up, and I was like, whoa! I was so emotionally exhausted last night.
Who was 4? Because there was Ruby Soho, Daniel Bryan, and Adam Cole.
Yeah, but you forget after Soho, you had Suzuki, Minoru Suzuki from Suzuki Gun in New Japan. He came out last night. Dude, nobody expected that shit. No one saw that. And to make things better, the fans knew who he was. If the crowd didn't know who he was, the crowd knew who he was, which made it even that much better.
You know what's so crazy to me about that? And I know we'll finish up on this. The crazy part about that whole thing, because you know me, you and my son are New Japan fans. I never was, and I got into it because of you guys. Minoru Suzuki, if I chop it up, I apologize. I always mess up people's names. I'm a fan of that guy. Like, he's a badass, right? Yes. And I was like, this guy's the shit. So he comes over, crowd goes nuts. That's a sold-out arena. That place goes nuts.
Yes.
But the crazy part is, you would think anybody in Bullet Club would be just as big, right? Because it's Bullet Club. When the guy came over, Jay White, to Impact, it was crickets. So it's like, wait a minute. You don't know him from New Japan, but you know Suzuki from New Japan. Like, what's happening here? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, that crowd went nuts, and Minoru Suzuki and Moxley did the damn thing.
Yes, they did. And they're having their match already on Wednesday.
Yeah. So
they're jumping on it right now. But to get back to the point, right now, wrestling is hot. Right now, I'm pretty sure Uncle Vince calls somebody and say, okay,
he's scared.
We need a meeting right now. We need to sit here because they just kicked our asses last night. We were not taking them serious for the last 2 years. After last night, we are taking them serious, and we have to sit and come with a strategy of what we're going to do for, tonight for Raw, what we're going to do for NXT tomorrow, what we're going to do for SmackDown on Friday, who are we going to cross over from both shows to each show, who are we bringing up from NXT. They need to do something, because right now, they're throwing the life preservers off right now, boy. This Uncle Vince is definitely this is first time since the Monday Night Wars that he's been a little bit shook right now.
Oh, the pressure was put on. He could have looked at all the other pay-per-views and be like, oh, that was cute. Yeah. That was a good one. This one, you look at the man, whoever's underneath him, you look at him like, oh shit, like they just did the damn thing and now we gotta counter that shit. What do we do?
It's been over 20 years, 21 years since WCW Monday Night Wars, since the needle was moved. The needle moved last night. There was an earthquake. There was a 3-point something last night there in Chicago last night. And it got filled down all the way up down in Connecticut. So
see, that's my thing, is now everyone is really excited. This is the thing with wrestling. You get hot and cold pockets. You get it when people like, yeah, I enjoy my wrestling. But then you get when you feel like it's on fire and you have to watch. They just did that. Yeah. And I felt that what we saw with Battle Riot, I felt that now I'm not saying Battle Riot was as good. I'm not going to compare nothing. No. I'm just saying Battle Riot I was hyped for. I was like, oh, this was dope. It ended fire.
MLW, that was perfect for MLW. You gotta do what's good for your company, and you gotta stay in your lane, and you gotta put the best matches that you can in your company. Battle Riot 3 was the best thing they could do for their company at that time. Fatu versus Hammerstone is what needs to be done now for that company coming up on October 2nd. This is the match that everybody's looking forward to. You're looking forward to. I'm looking forward to. We love both guys. You love Fatu. I love Hammerstone. But we respect both guys' wrestling abilities. Yes. This is the best match that they could give us right now, that they have available right now.
Yep. I mean, I'm obviously Team Fatu. You're obviously Team Hammerstone. But none of us lose. None of us lose. You know what I mean? And that's the best part as a fan, is no matter what we get, we're excited for it, because this is the match we wanted.
If Fatu wins, I'll be disappointed because Hammerstone lost. But Fatu won.
Exactly.
If Hammerstone wins, I'm gonna go crazy. Fatu, Hammerstone won. So either or, the company's gonna be in good hands with whoever wins. They're not taking a step backwards, whoever wins this match.
Oh, for sure. And I don't think there's ever been a champion that held both belts, right?
No, because the open weight was when Hammerstone won, had it for a couple of months, and then COVID hit.
Yeah, okay.
So he defended it a couple of times. I mean, it got taken from him. The belt got taken away from him, and then he got it back from Mortis. But other than that, it hasn't been too much really a focal point of the belt because of the COVID hit after that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, listen, there's nobody better than those two that can hold those belts for the first time. This is the right move, no matter who wins.
Well, then I'll be curious to see what happens with who wins, and then what they'll do with the open weight title, because I'm pretty sure after that they'll probably do a tournament for the title. Which would be kind of cool if it happens in November. Then I'll be excited, because then I'll go back in November for the first, second rounds or whatever for the open weight title or whatever, and then you have somebody in the middle, mainstay, somebody like a Judge coming up now, somebody like anybody from Team Filthy, King Mo or I'm sorry, Kane or Tom Lawler, so somebody else will get a fresh taste at holding a belt either for before or for the first time in their careers. Out of major. So I'm looking forward to whoever wins and what's going to happen with the open weight title. I'm looking forward to that, because that gives opportunity and a chance for Tegman to go out there and win some gold. I would love to see our boy, the Judge there dressed up as I forgot his name now, Sagat. Yeah, Sagat with the title. With the title around his waist, or even somebody like Tankman dressed up as Balrog with the eye patch, the boxing gloves, and a baseball bat. You know, that'd be kind of cool because he looks just like that. So that'd be kind of cool, man. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, so there's storylines under the storyline, on top of the storyline. So it's perfect. The two champions, whoever loses or whoever wins gets 2 belts. Then the 1 belt gets down here, and then you have more storylines here in the middle.
Yep, and then you create a whole nother buzz for the next day.
A new chapter, more feuds, new people coming in. You know, Davey Richards is there now. You never know.
And I'm still calling Bray Wyatt to come. I don't know why I think that it's a guarantee. I think it's a guaranteed lock. I swear, I don't know why.
After last night, yes, it's more of a guarantee that hopefully some other companies will get whatever's left over from Wyatt Strowman. If they don't hold it for next month, but I highly doubt it now.
No. I think that'd be way too long for one person just sit out. I would like Braun Strowman go to Impact, crush Christian Cage, and take Impact to that next level.
Yeah.
You know,
and Wyatt go to MLW there and align himself with Dario Cuervo. I was trying to say his name wrong, Cesar Duran, and go to Azteca Underground. Him and Mil Muertes will run shot all over the dumb place.
Oh my God, it would be crazy. You know what? Y'all already know what it is. It's UrbanWrestlingNetwork.com. If you're an AEW fan that listens to this, the next one we do will be with the homie B Dollar, and that will be dropping Monday, because they'll see that first before this.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, for myself, Evil Once, we out of here. Deuces.